What is going on, everybody? Art Eddie here for another lunch break. We missed you on Monday. Sorry about that. But it was weird. Like, my kids had spring break off last week, but then they also had Monday off. So it was like they got a week and a half, like week and a day. Like, how'd that work out? So that's why we weren't there. Life of dad stuff happening. But with me, of course, is my co-host, my homie, Jon Finkel. What's up, dude?
Dude, we had the same thing. It's like they had kids had Monday off, then they had Friday off for Good Friday, and then the teachers took like a work day on Monday. And it's like, wait a minute, how come it's always a 4-day weekend? It's like always. It's like, oh wait, now we got to figure out what to do with the kids today. It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. But it's also too with that word crazy. Parenthood. Like when with your kids after school, you got this practice, you got this, whatever the case may be, you got stuff going on, and the chaos ensues with homework. What are you going to make for dinner? Can so-and-so come over? Can I have gum? Can I have a snack? All of these things triple and quadruple team you. And you're like, okay, I got to do all this stuff, but then I got to make dinner. So you and I, of course, our wives are definitely mostly out of the house for the most of the day. They'll come home, and you and I are pretty much the ones that make the dinner for the most part, correct?
Yeah, so we've settled into a nice routine. Like one night a week, my wife makes like a phenomenal salmon. She makes just a great salmon. Like, I don't make fish. I don't like making a lot of things. So usually like Tuesday night, she'll just whatever. My wife's a physician, so she's on call sometimes. So at least one of the early nights during the week, she will make a salmon. But the other nights, Friday night, we typically will just go out somewhere and get burgers or burritos or whatever. So really, it's Monday, 3 nights of the week. It falls to me, falls to the big guy to try to figure it all out. And I'm not like I can barbecue. I could barbecue. Like, I love barbecuing. If my kids would have like barbecue chicken and burgers and everything every night, that'd be good. And that's kind of what started this discussion. Is the other night I made what I didn't even think was like a go-to thing, which is like I have this really cool grilled chicken marinade that I pretty much make myself. I cut up a bunch of peppers and some other things, but then I put them in foil and basically steam them on the grill like I'm a street vendor in the city or something. And I love it, dude. It reminds me, I do one like tinfoil thing of peppers and another one of onions, and I like it. I don't do it with bratwurst. I guess you could, but I make it with chicken, and I like it. I'll put mustard on it. It's good. And my kids were like, "Oh, again?" And I was like, "I've only made it like 3 out of the last 12 weeks. Like, what do you mean again?" And then they're like, "You always just that's your thing." And I was like, "It's not my thing. It's just it's good. It's kind of it's healthy. It's just grilled chicken and vegetables." And I was like, "What do you want other than?" And this is where I thought this would be a fun discussion. Like, if you eliminate like chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, and like some form of like peanut butter and jelly or grilled cheese sandwich, that's what my kids still want 95% of the time. And then it becomes what we're going to talk about, which is like, what do you get? What do you get them excited about?
Yeah, no doubt. So for me, I think you and I were talking about this, before the show, and I think yesterday, like breakfast is number one. Like if you got like in a hurry or you're running late, some scrambled eggs, maybe even some like Eggo waffles you pop in the toaster while you're doing all this stuff. Some fruit, cut up some fruit. There you go.
That's it.
For me, I think my number one thing, especially if it's got to be quick and easy. I just go on the grill, take some chicken, like thin chicken breasts, and grill them, and then I just chop up like salad fixings, and we make our own salads. And so, like, the cool thing for them is it'll be like bacon bits, croutons, whatever the case may be. And and it's not like it's not bad for them, especially depending on because I'm cutting up carrots, peppers, cucumbers, tomatoes. You have lettuce in there, and and you have chicken. So it's something, especially around now, spring and summertime. I can still like check the grill, flip the chicken, go back, help the girls with their homework, do something else I need to do. So I think right now, and plus like everybody, my wife, no one gets tired of it. I used to make this honey mustard chicken meal that was really easy, or like these chicken strips that were breaded in like not really breaded, but just coated with Italian seasoning, like like a mix. But my daughter's now like, no, we don't like this anymore, so that's out of my repertoire.
Yeah, I like when something gets out of like it's completely done. Like I was told pretty recently that I always thought I made like really good eggs, like that I've been eating myself, but I was told like my eggs, like my omelets are okay, but my scrambled eggs just suck. And I was like, what? My wife's like, yeah, they're not good. And my kids were like, yeah, we don't like your eggs. I'm like, eggs?
What,
like,
wait, what?
Eggs.
Okay, what is the problem? Did you ask them? Like,
I guess when I make omelets, like, 'cause I like to put a lot of stuff in them. So I tend to, over the years, have maybe, because I'll put like avocado, turkey breast, like a ton of cheese. And so I've tended over the years, I guess myself, to overcook them a little bit so it can hold all the stuff, or at least like I'll make them on like a flatter pan, but cook them so they're a little bit browner, and then like flip it over. So it's more like a calzone, I guess. And when I make, when I make scrambled eggs, or until recently when I fixed my problem, I was cooking them the same way. So they were a little, I guess they dried out a little bit. So now with a little milk in there, a little melted butter, everything's fine. Everybody's happy. But people have been apparently in my house suffering with my eggs for years.
We got a lot of comments. We got a lot of people checking in. I love this. So Michael says burgers or roast. Nice. And a roast, depending on how you do it, you can just set it and let it go and set a timer, and there you go. And depending on what roast you have, you put all the vegetables and the fixings in there, so it's just all marinating together. So I like that. We're talking about scrambled eggs and bacon and biscuits too. Indian tacos, mac and cheese. That's one of your staples, right?
Yeah, I've the Velveeta. Well, here's the funny thing. So you can do the Velveeta mac and cheese, which is, I mean, we all grew up on Kraft, but like the Velveeta, the liquid gold is 10 times better than a Kraft macaroni and cheese. But what's even better than that is homemade. So like Tillamook makes like a really good like shredded cheddar cheese. It's like a packet of shredded cheese. So you can just cook any pasta and dump like 2 packets in there with like a, quarter cup of butter or whatever you use, and just mix it till the cheese melts. And that blows away anything out there.
Nice. Love that, man. And this is good too. So not only are we having a fun discussion, but people take notes. The comments here are great. So you guys can always go back like, oh, what? And it's always great to like mix things up for dinner. Cause I'm a very routine dude. I get it. Go grocery shopping Fridays. I understand that. And it's always like my kids and my wife are like, oh, we're having this again. I'm like, well, no one told me what they wanted. And if it's not on the list,
screw you guys.
I'm not getting it. I remember one Monday I was making something, and they were like, everyone. My wife's like, "Oh, what about this? You didn't get the vinaigrette dressing or something like that." And then my oldest daughter was like, "Blah blah blah," and then my youngest said something. I'm like, "So you guys haven't even tasted it yet, and you're all complaining."
So this is my move. So I'll be driving home from work, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this tonight. Like it's my night to do something." And I'll come home, and they'll start complaining, and I'll look at them, and this is what like. I finally got through to like maybe my wife like a year or so ago, and my kids as they're getting older. I said, this is all for you. You don't understand. I am completely happy coming home, making myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and having a banana and maybe a can of tuna. Like I just need the calories. Like I like good food. I'm not going to eat fast food. Like I eat healthy almost all the time, but like I don't mind taking like 2 packets of tuna and eating those on some whole wheat bread, and then having like a banana or an apple with that and a protein shake. Like I can make my dinner and have zero mess and clean it up and be good in 2 minutes. Everything else is for you guys.
Yeah.
So stop being a pain.
I love it. So I posted something on our Facebook page earlier today, and Ben said spaghetti, roast chicken and veggies, sausage and mash, and then number 4 and 5 are awesome. 4 is get it yourself.
Yes.
And then 5 is I'm tired, takeout.
We were talking the other night. So I build those 2 things in. So for me, basically like Friday night we tend to go out. Thursday night is the night where is my wild card. Like I might make something, but there's a really good chance we're going to like Chick-fil-A, because I usually leave work, I get home, I pick my kids up like at their aftercare place, and I have to go and I change like in my car because I have to go directly to coach soccer practice for my son. My daughter like helps me coach, and for whatever reason, my wife's on call 1 night a week for work, and it's always Thursday. Like it's not supposed to be the same thing, but it's almost always the night that like I could actually use like, hey, while I'm at this, you could make. So it's just the way it is, and I don't care. Yeah. So because of that, we're finishing practice now that it's later here, around like 7 o'clock. So by the time, and I have to stay as all coaches do till all the kids leave. So there's a parent or 2 that's late, and my kids are starving, and they're eating the fruit snacks that we left in the car from 3 weeks ago, and I'm chewing like 7 sticks of gum.
And fruit snacks have no value of like sticking to their bones. It's just sugar. It's pretty much like Starburst on a smaller sugary level.
It's basically jelly beans. Like I look at it as jelly beans that they call fruit snacks. And so anyway, when we're leaving there is when I do honestly like I really try to eat healthy for that. I think most of the meals, but leaving that soccer practice is when I am most susceptible pretty much whatever blurts out of my kid's mouth on the way back from there. We get in the car, buckle their seatbelts, and the kids kind of know now. All they have to do is just say something. A Taco Bell, done. Like, I don't care. I'm starving. You're starving. We're not going to get home till 7:30. You got to go to bed. You got to do homework. Like, I want to relax. Whatever we can do, we can eat like half of it on the car ride home. I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah, no doubt. I love back. By the way, I love the background. You had the brick. It felt like you were getting ready for like a GQ.
I know, it's great. I'm outside of my office, but it started to rain. I realized I had a brick facade.
Mine says microwave pizza, noodles, thanks. Cheese on toast, pasta bake, and then again microwave pizza. Nice. Here's the thing too. One of the go-tos for me, if it's especially like me and my kids and my wife's like traveling for work, I get either hot dog buns you can kind of open up. Not the ones like the fork split or like the ones that like the slit on the top. It's got to be an actual one you can open up and make pizza boats. That's the best thing, man.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
You just put some sauce on there, and it's almost like Stouffer's French bread pizza, but it's not as big and it's not as filling, and it only takes like 8 minutes in the oven. And then you can cut fruit, or you can like make a vegetable, whatever the case may be. So that's it. So spaghetti and meatballs is one. And it's tough too, because a lot of people are saying, like you said, mac and cheese. Some people are saying, I think Adriana said, cordon bleu, frozen vegetables, quick and easy. I used to love making like chicken parm, like just taking even like chicken patties and cooking them, and then just taking some sauce and like putting some cheese on there. But my daughter, my wife, one of my daughters, they can't have like dairy, so it's like, all right, so that's kind of out of the mix, and it takes a little bit more planning.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that we got pizza, we got meatballs, but for going back to the pasta and meatballs, I get like a bread at like Walmart, like big French loaf, used dairy free or vegan butter, and just put like oregano and garlic powder. We love that we love that garlic toast. I mean, I know toast and carbs is not good for you, but I could like live on garlic bread, man.
Yeah, garlic bread's good. So like I try to make it like I go back and forth. There are definitely Mondays or Tuesdays where I'll be like, all right, we're gonna eat healthy. Like I don't even usually give up bread during dinner or anything like that. Like I don't. We have meat and like protein and vegetables. My kids eat enough bread and crap throughout the day, and so do I probably. So I try to do that. And that being said, anytime they make like mac and cheese, or they're like, hey, how about sloppy joes? And I'm like, hell yeah, I love sloppy joes. And like I'll make sloppy joes, and I'm not going to just have a bowl of meat, like meat sauce. Like I end up having like four buns with it, right? Like, so there's a balance. My go-tos are the sloppy joes. I'll make pretty often. I just love taco nights, whether it's Tuesday or whatever. Like they're easy. They're always a crowd pleaser. Like, and for what you were saying about the salad bowl, like what I do is, because my wife doesn't want to have like the wraps or whatever with it. Like, and what I do too, sometimes I'll have like a taco or two, and then I'll have a bunch of like shredded lettuce, and just make like a taco bowl basically. So, and that's good because I'll make like 3 pounds of meat and have some of it like in an omelet the next day at breakfast, then some of it for lunch.
Right there too, man. Leftovers. I mean, we just came out of Easter. We have ham, and I love ham, like mashed potatoes and stuff. So my kids they're like, all right. So we actually did Taco Tuesday last night, and tonight we're gonna have leftovers. I think my wife and I are gonna have some of the ham leftovers, and the girls are gonna have taco leftovers. So leftovers are cute too, because it's like sweet, not that much prep. I like what Derek says right here. This is another thing too, like. He's got Zatarans, red beans and rice with smoked sausage. Meatloaf is another meal, and breakfast for dinner. Breakfast for dinner, I think a lot of people do that. You and I were talking about that. I want to go back to the smoked sausage and Zatarans. Zatarans has like this jambalaya mixed. It is awesome. I think we go with like the low sodium version of it.
Yeah,
that's another thing where you cook the sausage, you put it into the pot after like the Zatarans rice comes up, man, and you got like a little bit of jambalaya, man. Love it.
Yeah, that's good. I do everything I can to avoid cleanup, right? So if I'm like cooking one thing and something else is boiling, like I don't use the oven really at all. Any meat that needs to be cooked either is a skillet or a grill for me. The oven, I just don't like waiting, and I'm not good. Like I know I'm not good. I've tried. Our friend Chef Irvine has sent me that book. Like I've made 2 or 3 recipes in there where I've just decided like, I'm going to make this tonight. It's got 15 ingredients, and it's delicious. Like to me, and this is where just overall like laziness comes in, and like I got about, no matter how much I try with cooking, I have like a 15-minute limit. Like I just lose interest. If I'm still prepping and has to be done and mixed with that, and I got to put this over here and that goes heated up in the oven first, and then over there the salad. Like if I'm 15 minutes in still making something or cutting something or chopping it, I'm out. Like, and I know myself, so all the meals have to be quick. The only one that I make an exception for, and it's because I found this recipe online, it's phenomenal, and I make it once or twice a winter because it's whatever, is there's a chicken noodle soup recipe that I found years ago that is, it's like the old school, like Jerry's Deli, Canner's Deli, like Jewish grandma chicken soup that like you make enough for like a week. You make like gallons of it. That's the only one where I'll actually make the steps and do the steaming of the vegetables and the carrots and all that. And that's the only one. The rest of it, like, I just don't have an interest in a half hour in, this is ready, now that goes in, and this has to be chopped, and that has to be steamed. It ain't happening.
You are cut from the same part, man. It's hilarious. I try and like, I'm always also cleaning while something's baking or simmering with something else, man. I'm doing that too.
Well, this is my question that I always ask. And it's like, because, you know, we used to have a deal where, like, if I cook, my wife cleans up, my wife cooks, I clean up, and whatever. And then what ended up happening was I'm making, like, these simple meals that I make, and my wife has, like, a saucepan to clean up. And she's taking on this monumental task that has, like, 30 minutes of dishes to do. And I'm like, I would rather come home and eat a box of Cheerios for dinner than do a single dish. Like, I hate wasting a half hour of my life or 20 minutes of my life doing all the dishes. So it became a thing where I was like, you know what? I would rather make the food, because I know there's the total of me making the food and cleaning up is less than like all the dishes usually with the food processor and the steamer and all the highfalutin stuff that my wife likes to make. So to me, it's total prep time plus total clean time. It's like wins above replacement. Like I'll take something that's like halfway decent food if the prep and clean time is very, very low.
No doubt. I love Jennifer's comment. Like, wait, how do I get my hubby to cook? If it's not the grill, it's up to me. And we got some people like we got Martin saying fish and chips, green bean casserole.
Ooh, how do you do fish and chips? Like really breaded, Martin? Like you do it all yourself? That I would do that. Like cod. I'm curious. Send us in how you do that.
Jennifer also weighs in quesadillas, noodles, fried rice, spaghetti, baked chicken. But my kid would live off of strawberries if I let him. Same thing for my daughter. My oldest, she and I love strawberries. Tracy is coming in strong, by the way. So whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this, you know, in the future or the past, depending on how this works, Tracy says we put chicken breasts in the middle of a pan, 2 cans of green beans, one on the side of the breast, diced potatoes on the other part, and a stick of butter cut open over everything. Puts a ranch packet over everything. Bake at 350 at 45 minutes. So delicious. So there's something where you're Inception. You're making your dinner Inception horn. Everything is all together. And seriously, like I'd say a third of these comments are Tracy's like giving like a lot of different things to do.
Great.
Like, yeah. So thanks, Tracy.
Yeah, we need this help. And you know, that sounds good. Like the meals where where everything goes in one pot and it's like, just leave it there for whatever it is. Like I like those. I never do them. I think they're all great. Yeah. Like my wife will do those and be like, oh yeah, it's all in there. And then you add the cheese on top and it's good. But for some reason, like during that 45 minutes, I will have made myself like a bowl of cereal and like a can of Chef Boyardee. And then like I'll have, you know, like a handful of cherries. And then finally I'm like, all right, dinner's ready because I've had 1,000 calories waiting for it.
Yeah, no doubt. Sean, look at this. Lemon ricotta pancakes. Woo! Whoa. Like what? Like what? Whoa. Yeah. And it's so like, so you got lemon, you got ricotta, and you got pancakes. It's like there are so many different flavors in there, man. It must be like pack your bags. You're going on a flavor trip. We got grilled peas, grilled hot dogs, spaghetti, and egg Sammys. What we got?
Hey, I forgot. I have a great breakfast recipe that is actually like the easiest thing to make that I make. Maybe like I make it on a taco night, like a week after a taco night when we don't use everything. It's just like 6 eggs in a skillet, like raw or you know scrambled or whatever, with like half a bag of tortilla chips, shredded cheese. If you have any grilled meat left over, you put it in there too, and then some enchilada sauce or taco sauce, and just mix it up. Just mix it till all the eggs are cooked. It's called like egg enchilada skillet, and then you sprinkle cheese on top. And it's basically I made it up. It's all the leftover Taco Tuesday stuff for breakfast, like Saturday. There you go, people. There's your there's your breakfast.
Couple more things. We're gonna let you all go. Jeff Armstrong, my 5: grilled chicken, avocado, buttered noodles, nice. Baked salmon, there you go. Broccoli and carrots, grilled pork chops or tenderloin, peas, mashed potatoes, grilled halibut, asparagus, and hot rolls, and hot dogs with cut fruit. Whoa, that's cool. Oh wait, maybe it's not together; it's separate. That's probably.
Well, they have those papaya dogs, like in like Hawaii, where they put like the mangoes and papaya on the dog with the mango relish or whatever.
Nice. You know what? I think we're doing the top 5 go-to meals. Maybe we're gonna do like a recipe swap one day to help everybody out.
We'll do a potluck.
Yeah, no doubt. And speaking of potluck, how about some potluck ideas about fatherhood from Great Dad?
Yes.
The Life Dad book. We are, I think, 14 or 13 days away from this baby coming out in stores, but you can pre-order at Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble. John and I put our blood, sweat, and tears in this. We hope you guys enjoy it. You're going to have great, great dad advice and just dad stories from Sterling K. Brown, Tony Hawk, Tim Allen, Mark Hamill, Mark Cuban, Robert Chef Irvine. He's in there. Chef Robert Irvine. I always mess that up. But check it out. John and I appreciate all the support. We've been getting people to, buy the book. And we'll see you guys next week. And for everybody who is checking out, who are geeks like me and you, who are checking out Avengers Endgame, please, as Thanos requests, no spoilers. Don't be that guy. Don't be that, guy holding the Infinity Stone. Exactly. Enjoy your time with your family this week and the weekend, and we'll see you all later. Peace.